ubiquitous, fortunately. There.
Again in front of you for 15 minutes, and the idea is that, as I told you before, this is a work that we are doing together with our partners, and Dr. Lafuente is a neuropathologist, and we work together with Startup Navarra and Free University of Berlin under Humboldt Foundation program. So that's why our friendship, and this is going from 1990, and then he is in the Department of Neuroscience, University of Basque Country. Not only Spain is a tradition of neuropathology and neuroscience, collaborating, and they have very good instruments of all modern types. It's fun to work with him. And then of course this university we are working with in the EU cooperation. And this is the idea that now we are working on a large project that we believe that even drug treatment to normal human beings for normal kind of ailments would be different if the person or patient is having some kind of disease, could be any other kind of thing, and of course diabetes is one of the important factors influencing our lives. And in Sweden there are too many, in Japan, China, and of course our United States. So if these people are getting any kind of other adverse reaction, I think theoretically it is not possible to treat them with same kind of drugs or same doses. That would be one of the reasons for failure. So although the history for methamphetamine neurotoxicity is very, very old, and one of the reasons that I came to USFDA to collaborate with Dr. Slicker and his group, because we wanted to study neurotoxicity. I'm still a student of neurotoxicity, thanks to him, and thanks to Russell that they have invited us to work. And we have Dr. Scapper here, and we publish our reviews on diabetes exacerbation and brain pathology, because our military people are exposed to silica and many other nanoparticles and their magnitude, and any kind of head injury or traumatic spinal cord injury could be adverse. Therefore, we try to figure out that how it is modulated. The same kind of drug and dose will not work. So this is one example that we try to study what will happen if people are having diabetes and they are taking methamphetamine. Well, this is in rats anyway, we cannot compare, but these are basic investigations. So the objective is that can it aggravate, because diabetes is known to aggravate hyperthermia or even spinal cord injury, induced neurotoxicity. In this case, we are limited to 4 hours period because we have some papers together with Dr. Saibal from USFDA where we studied 4-hour effects of methamphetamine at relatively higher doses. So we want to stick to that protocol. The animals were reduced by standard technique. And in our hand, this dosage and time produces quite clinically comparable blood sugar levels, but we are very strict in that way that those animals who develop neurological symptoms are excluded, and the number of animals develop neurological symptoms were less than 1%. So we believe that this model is quite good, and we have this 40 milligram methamphetamine for 4 hours because that was the initial protocol we have used. And here, the idea is that we want to modify the drug, and my time is limited, so I'm not going to speak that if we have same drug delivered by nanomedicine, there could be different ways to deliver drugs using nanotechnology. And we are here limited to titanium nanowire, initially we are also in our consultant University of April, and we just tried level drugs, BDNF or GDNF. Here it is not sterilizing, but some of the content. We wanted to study the effect of individual drugs alone and then in combination. It could be different. If we prepare the mixture before or if you add the drug one by one, probably the physiological effects might be different, but we have no idea. So our target is again blood-brain barrier disruption, brain edema, and neuronal injuries. Next. I can show you some of the other images here. This is albumin leakage, and this is published in Journal of Nanotechnology 2010. So with diabetic rats with saline, there is only mild leakage of albumin. So they are not that completely normal. Silica nanoparticles plus saline, you can see that albumin leakage is much more higher than these. They are very identical part of the brain, although when there is a pathology, it is very difficult to localize the identical part, even if it is random. And here you can see the diabetes plus silica. You can see the intensity and also the neuronal uptake of albumin. It means much more adverse reaction of blood-brain barrier. Likewise, this neuronal injuries using visual staining, you can see that in diabetic saline group, few neurons were not normal. But silica and saline, you can see that many neurons were abnormal. Look at these cases here. There's completely evacuation in the neuropil. So it is much more adverse effect. In order to understand the basic mechanisms of these, because these are visual staining rather 4 micrometer thick sections and quite standard, but still we wanted to see what happens at the ultrastructural level because it can give us a much better idea than normal histopathological techniques. Here you can see again, diabetic with saline, you can see that this smile into the abdomen is not normal, but this is much more abnormal, this combination of silica, and the combination of diabetes and silica is quite abnormal. So we understand that the ultrastructural changes would be much more adverse in combination with diabetes and alcoholism. So then, in order to make a very short presentation here, the question is asked that whether these neurotrophic factors are doing good by manipulating the blood glucose. That was the one question. It may be, it may not. So if you see here that this is the glucose level in European terms, means 6 millimole per liter is standard. Our American or Indian term is 80 100, below 100. So all are expressed in millimole per liter, and 20 is too much high. I mean, it could be 250 for the United States standard. So the control is 6 to 8. Diabetic were below 20 because we discard those animals when the blood glucose level reaches beyond 20. Methamphetamine alone did not increase that. The changes in blood glucose level were not significant. That is the message here. And even this is BDNF, methamphetamine, BDNF, and diabetic, and all other combinations. So it means that the mechanisms could be different, not related to direct blood glucose levels. So then here is leakage of brain and iodine. Means disruption of the blood-brain barrier. The important point is, can be noted here, that the diabetic animals alone have only slight increase, but could be significant here. Methamphetamine has increased this leakage of iodine, and here a combination of them has increased much more. But now look at these data. BDNF alone here is able to reduce it. BDNF was also able to reduce it in a combination of methamphetamine and diabetes. GDNF was also working, and in the same way, we have also a combination of BDNF and GDNF, but then we wanted to study this titanium delivery. So here the slide shows the normal and then the same BDNF in identical doses was delivered using titanium. you can see that when the combination with methamphetamine diabetes, they were much more significantly lower the leakage of blood-brain barrier. Now the question is that what could be the mechanism here? Because one would ask why. The answer is that still we do not know, but one possibility could be that these drugs are delivered faster, can penetrate, and may not be catabolized so quickly because most of the neurotrophic factors can be catabolized quickly, and even they can spread much faster to wider regions in the brain of the spinal cord. So if our hypothesis is correct in that way, here we are comparing the same drug given alone and same drug given as a titanium nanowire. So you should see here that this titanium here and the same BDNF and GDNF, these levels were much lower than these levels when the drug was given alone, and this is brain bottom. Because whenever the leakage of big proteins, large proteins occur in the brain, such as serotonin moment, it produces ED. Next one. So again, to our critics, more critics, we will try to understand the phenomena and how edema can be used. And then we studied sodium and potassium and chloride, because in normal situations when there is an edema, Dr. Manik is here and he is part of an edema, so normally this sodium leaks out and potassium will be reduced in some cases. And here you can see that these changes were exactly prevented when we have used this titanium BDNF and GDNF level in different models as compared to the practical. And in the final proof, whatever we are measuring as blood-brain barrier or brain edema, one should look at the neurons. And this is just a semi-quantitative analysis. One should look on these areas, because these are nanowire delivered as compared to the normal drug delivered. Still, the nanowire delivery has better protection of neurons. Now, I can show you some of the pictures. There were methamphetamine alone, but a combination of diabetes. You can see that sponginism is much more damaged. Next, please. You can see these two things. This BDNF. Of course, there are different time levels, 60 minutes after, but these two are identical. Nanowire BDNF and normal BDNF, you can see the differences. Of course, the damage is still there, but you can see more neurons and less edema. So the point is here that if the same drug can be delivered, of course, you have to see the timing and you have to see the survival. Under both circumstances in our experiments, given the identical situations, we can say that nanowire delivery of BDNF and GDNF is better as compared to normal. This is the institute where we worked part of this, and Dr. Lefmete is very much missing this meeting. So I would like to ask you to answer questions. Thank you very much for your attention. Yes.
Did you look at the axons in the HNA at all? Is that about it?
Not yet.
So, and then some Nanodrug changes in the axonal molecules on the filaments.
It is
How
possible.
is it possible?
It is possible. Yeah.
If you look at diabetic retinopathy in this model,
No. It's too much work. Not yet. It's only blood glucose was the parameter.
Diabetes neuropathy is generally a polyneurological crisis of neurons, sensory neurons. So what we were studying actually determine how to affect the system, those range of
Very important question, but at the moment our experimental iterations are only 4 to 6 weeks. Probably if you allow the animals to survive longer, maybe all the clinical symptoms one can be having is unprecedented this time.
Lunch is we eat here, it's outside. Is there any other discussion?